Hello and welcome to the start of the final week of BIPL. We have one match that's happening a day early here due to player availability. So this is round 4, match 4 Division 2. But we figured we'd stream it anyway, as we can. And I think we actually have two really interesting players in this one. We have Killian, who currently sits, I believe, first or second in the table, and Steg, who sits third. So this could potentially be a very interesting match in terms of looking at the promotion battle. I'm joined here on my left. Yes, my Keenus.
Hello, I am Keenus. Yeah, I think this is going to be an exciting game. With Killian, I think realistically Killian is probably going to get promoted no matter what. Now, I could be cursing him by saying that, but I think he's probably good enough to do well enough in this match to almost guarantee promotion for next season.
Yeah, I think Steg is the only person still in realistic contention of being able to take it away from Killian or OC. But if Killian loses this match and the match against OC, he could potentially be in trouble. But yeah, he's got a couple of difficult games coming up. However,
yeah, for sure.
I'd agree with you. I'd still say he is definitely the favourite going into this.
Yeah, I think so. But I think as well, Killian's match today is going to play an important role in OC's match tomorrow, because there's a point between the two of them, and they're both looking for Div 2 title, so it'll be an interesting battle between the two in the last 2 days.
Yeah, the only match where OC hasn't had to go perfectly was against Steg, where he still won, but he did drop 2 fastest lap points, 1 to Steg and 1 to Burnt. So yeah, we'll be intrigued to see if Killian drops any fast lap points or how many he can pick up, but we are underway with the match here. Steg with an early lead, moving towards Rob now. MSR actually towards the front as well, as Killian, the first to make a mistake. That looks like the healthiest Irish internet I've ever seen. Oh, he's back within.
Yeah, he's back.
0.8. Oh, he's back in the lead, everyone. This is technically the greatest comeback I think I've ever seen. No, that's great. Yeah, I'm used to only seeing that from Jaffa, I'll be perfectly honest. But yep, Killian looking good for a first round here. We see the different lines coming out through the ending section again. Did Steg snipe Rob there? Did one of them crash for risky?
Somebody must have clipped or something, because Steg made up a couple of hundreds there.
Yeah, that's odd. It really surprised me that there are people who have issues with this risky. I'd probably say it's the easiest one in the pack. But Killian had an almighty crash there last time. I think it was when it was down to 1v1 at the end of his match. Yeah, he spun his car around about 4 times and parked in front of a finish. Anyway, in round 2 here, Killian leading Steg here. MSR and Rob slightly further behind. I think this could very much be a battle of, well, 2 separate battles here. Killian versus Steg at the front, and MSR versus Rob fighting for 3rd place. And you'd have to say this is looking like advantage Killian so far. He seems
he's been driving pretty well. Lag aside from the last round, I think he probably drove a decent round there, and it looks like he's doing it again. He's clear of first by half a second.
57.0 is a very respectable time.
Yeah.
In the match OC had against Steg last week, that would have been enough of a fast lap point, which Steg claimed with a 0.145.
Well, currently we have Killian in fastest lap, or has fastest lap for this map.
I'd be quite surprised to see that taken as well. In Div 2, a 57 flat is a very respectable time. So, get the feeling Killian has put in the work for this week. Obviously, he already fancies that Div 1 promotion. I think he was a little disappointed to miss out on Div 1 straight away from seeding. But yeah, this match is quite important for his title hopes, and it's looking very under control so far. Rob gets a compromised line there. That does not look ideal, allowing Steg to catch up second, and Killian makes a mistake as well, moving Steg going from third to first there on a round where I think he'd agree he hasn't had incredible pace, but he's kept
looks
out
pretty
the
close
walls, and
between them
that
too,
is...
I think.
Yeah,
Different
now
lines
we
here
see
from
the
Killian
different
going
lines here, how
inside.
it's going to work. Steg getting a lot more speed out of him. It is going to pay off. As he will hold on to just about take it. He jumped so far left there.
Killian
Yeah.
almost sniped there. That would have been impressive.
Yeah, I think Steg actually confused he won the round, to be perfectly honest. Typical 0.6 is a typical winning time. So, right, final round here. And this is the final chance for anyone to try and take that fast lap point away from Killian. Though I would say that looks unlikely. We haven't seen anyone even manage to be within a few tenths so far.
Yeah. The best we've seen now is the 57.6 from Steg, well, apart from Killian's time. And going to the last round, I can't imagine anyone will get a 57 to take the fastest lap.
Yeah, Steg gets a pretty shaky line through there, but keeps out the barriers, so he's still only about a tenth and a half behind Killian here. Rob clips the wheel off the edge. This is a chance for MSR to gain a couple of points in that battle. But yeah, Killian looking very secure, about a 2-tenth lead here. Steg doesn't get the outside line very well. It looks like a risky line to go for, and it can catapult you out with a lot more speed. But it's not going to that time round, and Killian will drive another low 57. Yeah, bringing to an end a fairly dominant streak on Creel here, where he will pick up a fast lap and enter the second map, only dropping 4 points.
Well,
I think
that was a pretty eventful first match. I think Killian coming out with a 57.0 and taking fastest lap, and that means that's that point locked in for him. So he's coming out of this game with a good few points, I think.
At least one. At least 1 point.
Yeah, for sure. At least one.
But I can see him picking up a few more here. I'll be intrigued to see how he gets on Gone. Obviously, the newest of the maps, though it was played last week, so all players should have had a little bit of practice on it. I didn't get a chance to see any of his matches last week, I don't think. So I'm not sure how he performed here.
Yeah, me neither.
Steg didn't look too comfortable though in his match against OC. I think he unfortunately managed to come kind of third in a 2-horse race with Burnt Bagels, laying down the pace on Gone, kind of catching everyone off guard. Oh, Steg will be hoping.
Yeah.
Just watching the warm-up and he's just gone into the wall. He'll be hoping he doesn't do that.
Yeah. He's getting the crashes out of the way early. But
yeah, exactly. Do it now.
Yeah, but even during that warm-up round, Steg and Killian were neck and neck up until Steg had that little crash there. So I think we might see a bit of pushback here now from Steg against Killian here, and he'll be looking for a fastest lap point, I think.
Yeah. Hoping he can take at least a couple of points away from Killian, hoping that he can outworst through this game, kind of trying to secure himself third in the table. But we get underway now here on Gone for map by spec. And we'll see who can come out the gates fastest. Not Rob, from the looks of things. He has lift off going through the star position. Steg takes a little bit of inside dirt there. That isn't ideal. So Killian first. MSR actually in second for now.
Fighting with Steg for second place.
Yeah, Killian already pulling out a bit of a gap there. Coming down to this drift now. We see two different lines from Steg and Killian. Steg's drifting a lot earlier, and I'd say Steg's line looked a little better, but it hasn't made a huge difference. The gap is staying steady at about 1.5 tenths.
Yeah, it's hard to tell which line was the more effective one there, because the distance between them just stayed pretty much the same for the next couple of turns.
Well, whatever happening, Steg is now getting real close to Killian. Gap down to about half a tenth. It's looking like it could be a close battle through the final section here. It's going to come down to this outside dirt. Definitely one of the trickiest parts of
Yeah,
the
Steg
track.
managed to do that a lot better than Killian, but in the end,
He
it
did it better, but he
didn't
still
matter.
ended up 2 attempts down. I think his plastic line wasn't ideal. So, yeah, first blood goes to Killian on this track, but I think we could see that switching. Both players seem to have similar pace here.
Yeah, Steg did really well at keeping up there, and he managed to stay in grabbing range of Killian. So hopefully now this round we'll see a bit more pace out of him, and maybe he can take the fastest lap, take a couple of points off Killian.
Right, get underway in round 2 here. All the players pretty neck and neck after the first drift going through this grass section. Everyone seeming to get it quite well. Rob actually finding himself up there in contention for the lead. We see 3 kind of slightly different lines there again. People all seeming to drift at different points in the back corner. Rob goes flying, catching the inside of that water. He'll be disappointed because he was on for a good round there. And now Steg actually has the lead against Killian by a decent 2 attempts. This is the gap he lost to Killian last round, so can he hold it through this final section? Looking, it's looking pretty close here. It's going to come down to this outside dirt. Steg goes so wide. Don't know how he avoided his right wheel clipping there. Oh, Killian risks it at the end. Well, Steg goes quite wide, and it paid off in the end for Killian, but he didn't actually manage to overtake Steg, despite gaining a decent chunk of time there.
Yeah, I mean he definitely pushed at the very end there quite a bit, and
yeah,
unfortunately it just wasn't quite enough. I think it was 300s between the two, but with margins that small, it's hard to complain.
Sure. Steg does now hold fast at that point as a consequence of that round, though, beating out Killian by 300ths of a second. So we'll see whether Killian will try and go for a slightly quicker round here. No, he won't. that did not work out well there. Where is everyone? Rob is 5 seconds back. MSR is about a second behind, and see, I'd like to say that the order is pretty much locked in here, but after people start crashing, they tend to continue crashing, so we'll have to see. I don't think Rob will be finishing this round, unless he has been hit by some lag as well, looking at his car. So Steg will pick up an easy victory. Will he increase his fastest lap record? Yes, by 3 thousandths. Nice. Did technically improve it. Don't think it's going to make a huge bit of difference. And we might need to... yeah, we're going to need to pause after this round, I think. Rob seeming to have some issues there. So we will be headed to a brief technical pause. It wouldn't be a Trackmania stream without someone's internet.
Without some kind of technical difficulties.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty good first couple of rounds, though, I think.
Oh yeah, and tell you what, the battle between Steg and Killian now down to only a single point between them, 84 and 85.
Yeah.
In Killian's favour.
Yeah, it's definitely this race. I think is 2 1v1s here. I think it's Killian versus Steg and MSR versus Rob. And with the points currently the way that they are, it kind of looks that way.
Yeah, I mean MSR and Rob also only 2 points apart.
It'll be interesting to see now what happens in the rest of the game now between Killian and Steg. Because Killian, I know, can get in his head sometimes if he crashes. His mental will go a bit, but hopefully now he can, be able to take the pressure and pull out a win.
Yeah, Steg definitely capitalised on the map change. He's looked a lot more comfortable on Gone. Compared to... Okay. Yeah, he looks more comfortable on Gone compared to Creel, so I'll be intrigued to see how they match up against each other on Nina. Of course, a map that hasn't been in the pack for a couple of weeks now. Returning for the first time since seeding.
Oh yeah. That'll be interesting now. because everybody will have done practice on it before, and now going back to practice on it, who knows what will happen.
Yeah. If
Um,
if I remember correctly, I think Steg had a very good showing in seeding on Nina. I want to say he seeded about 8th on it out of everyone. Which
oh,
is
so
pretty
it could
respectable.
be that could be his map now. He could take a couple of points off
Potentially,
Killian in that map
potentially.
then.
I'll be honest, I can't remember where where Killian's seeded. I only remember Steg's because he managed to break the spreadsheet by driving the same time twice, which was absolutely brilliant. I've heard that Rob is reloading this game, so hopefully we'll be underway shortly.
One into the last round. I'm gone.
Yeah, we will be on to the
Final
last
chance.
round. And
Final chance for Killian to take the fastest lap,
exactly.
or another chance for Steg to lock it in.
Yeah. What'll be the time to beat it? It'll be a 101.5, so decent time there. I think. Yeah, decent time, but I think it's possible. I think it'll need a very clean round from Killian though, and he's struggled for consistency here so far.
Yeah, I mean, I think if he wants to beat the 0.5, he'll probably have to push a lot, probably more than he's comfortable with in a round.
Oh, yeah, potentially. I mean, the match record is only about 400 faster than than the time he drove in the second place to Steg in round 2. So, yeah, it depends how far he was risking there. He will also have to try and drive this run straight after a pause, which can play with some players' mental. He is taking the pause to go and turn this into an RPG map from loads of things. Just driving around the floor. But Rob is back, so he should be headed back into round very shortly. All the players are ready. So, yeah, can hopefully get this match back underway. Surviving for one technical pause. There's always one. It's just how Trackmania is.
Yeah, we couldn't have a Trackmania event without some technical difficulties.
Oh, of course not. It wouldn't be in the spirit of it, you know? Yep, we get underway now. And Rob is instantly behind. I don't know if that's lag or a crash. I'm hearing through my ear now that he did in fact hit the wall. So he is a bit out of it. It's a good opportunity for MSR to try and get some more points in that battle. Meanwhile,
Killian
Steg
crashes up front. I think he clipped the wall more so than crashed, but giving Steg a chance to catch up now.
Clipped, but yeah, Steg had a pretty compromised line over grass. He nabbed a tiny bit of airtime, I think, so these aren't great runs. I think Steg's fast lap point is probably safe. Unless Killian has one hell of an end section.
Steg going a bit wider there.
Yeah, I think Killian is safe around Winvo. About a 2/10 gap, this isn't going to be beaten. MSR will go for the safe finish. Just about makes it in front of Rob. And that will be us done here and gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This map probably won't come back around in the rotation, I think, will it? So.
It probably will. It probably will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the fast lap points are locked in anyway, so that'll be at least 1 point going way of Steg. Which isn't what Killian would have wanted, but I still think if he can get the match win, it shouldn't make a huge difference.
Oh, seems we have some more technical difficulties.
I think we have. Yeah, I think we might have loaded onto the wrong map.
Oh. Well, then it's not technical difficulties. Easily resolved issues, you know.
Yeah, I must have got it wrong. Sorry. Two issues per game. Yep, slight mishap there. But we are now loading up onto Nina. I'll be intrigued to see how the players do on warm-up. We'll keep an eye on it as we try and work out how the rest of the match is going to go. I think... Yeah, both battles separated by 5 points, but a 50-point gap between Rob in 4th and Steg in 2nd is absolutely massive. So yeah, it's very much been a match of two halves.
Yeah. The gap has gotten bigger though between Killian and Steg. I think it was 1 point.
It was
a couple
1
of
point.
rounds ago,
It's now.
and now it's 5 points.
Yeah,
it's
that's with Killian
Steg is really
beating
putting
Steg
the
last
pressure
round.
onto Killian here to push as hard as he can.
Yeah, and well, I mean, Killian didn't really hold it together last round. It just unfortunately Steg lost more time going through the grass action than Killian did through a small clip. Players are looking decent in warm-up. I say that Steg is 10 seconds down, but I'm guessing he might not be driving it that seriously.
Yeah, I've seen him respawn now a couple of times too.
Yeah, practicing the outside
perfect the
dirt
corner.
and
Yeah.
from testing these maps and playing them when they first got released properly, I'd say I really struggle with that outside dirt personally, but I am not a good dirt player at all. We get underway now.
Those kind of uphill outside dirts were always the bane of my existence.
Yeah, very precise. MSR falling behind at the start. Killian, Rob, and Steg fairly neck and neck here. Killian getting a little bit of an advantage for going further inside through that dirt section. All of the top three hold for gear there. And Rob looking to be a thorn inside of one of the top two players here. He is looking stronger on this map in terms of pace. Is right up there with Killian and Steg.
Steg went very high on the quarter pipe jump there though, which gave Rob a chance to
Killian
peek
had
out
a
in
bad
second.
Well, he's now up into first with Killian having a bad drift. And as we say, that Rob goes into the wall. That is very unfortunate to him. Yeah, if it just kept it clean. Yeah, well, it goes back to being a battle, and Steg will pick up first place there. And Rob is lagging again. Bless him. This is, this is unfortunate for him. Yeah, first blood goes to Steg here on this map. But we will be going into another brief pause with Rob's internet seeming to have further issues. Not having much luck today, unfortunately.
No, internet seems to be not working for a lot of people. I've had to start looking for new internet now because we've had so many issues with it recently.
That's not ideal at all. I feel very lucky to have fibre to the house and
yeah, I think we're looking at getting fibre in here now. Yeah.
Yeah, it has so much more reliability. So yeah, point between Killian and Steg has been narrowed down to 1 point. So yeah, I think that battle could go right the way through. I think it'll be very close, and I'll be intrigued to see how it works out after points start dropping off a little faster once Rob and MSR are eliminated.
Yeah, the repetition now it's going to play a big game as well. It's going to be important in trying to stay ahead. Because I feel like there could be a lot of rounds here where we see Killian coming first, but also Steg coming first every other round. So it's going to be back and forth, I think, between who's holding the most points.
It could be, and after it descends into the 1v1, that looks fairly inevitable. Part of it could come down to almost the remainder left on the number of points. Killian is currently on an odd number of points, for instance. So he might end up in a scenario where he's left on 1 point or something silly like that, thanks to that.
Just give him an extra life.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see whether just a tiny little advantage like that worked out nicely for him. Though I think the two players looked fairly matched on this map we've only had one round so far. But they looked fairly matched on here. I'd say it was definitely advantage Killian on Creel and definitely advantage Steg on Gon. So
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's all nice and balanced. It's going to partly depend where the match ends. Could be quite influential. I think if it ends on Gon, I could see it going way of Steg. If it ends, yeah, I think it's unlikely, very unlikely it would end on Creel. So it's probably between Gon and Nina. So
Yeah,
maybe
for
slightly
sure.
favours Steg, but again, momentum plays a huge factor with regards to how well people are playing, and it could just be a bit of a fluke.
Yeah, I mean, it'll depend on, I think, who's the dominant driver on this track. Because if Killian
Yeah.
is dominant, he'll get a bit of momentum going, and then it's right back into the map where he has the advantage. But if Steg has the advantage here, it'll shake Killian a bit and give Steg a chance to take a lot more first places.
Yeah, sure. Right, we will be getting underway in a second again. Sadly, Rob has been unable to resolve his internet issues. So, very unfortunate for him. MSR will likely, therefore, be picking up third place after that.
Yeah, I mean, with 28 points left versus Killian's 80, 81, and Steg's 80, it's going to be a near impossible challenge to not come third here, I think.
Yeah, especially
No,
if
of
he
course, no offense to
drives,
MSR.
drives into a wall there. Yeah, of course, a new name in the division. Always good to see new people taking part in their first comp with us. So, yeah, but it looks like it is going to be Steg versus Killian having a great scrap at front here. Killian gets a lower jump. Steg in second for now, but only about 10th and a half behind. Killian didn't have a good line through his drift here, so I'll be intrigued to see if it's a fluke or whether that was just whether that's a consistent issue. And it does look like Steg is slightly faster through that section. Still gained about a 10th, and this is going to come down all to the final drift. Steg looking to have a little more exit speed. This is going to be so close. It's going to go the way of Steg.
Oh my god.
I actually think he got that because he jumped in a straight line while Killian veered slightly to the left, and I think genuinely just a little bit of distance there might have made all the difference in that. And I think we could see some exceptionally good rounds here on Nina for the first time in this match. Steg actually takes the lead over Killian.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a hit to Killian's mental game here, I think. If he pulls out another performance like that, though, I think he'll be able to pull himself out of it and drive it really well again.
Oh yeah, we know he's a good player, and he's got the pace, but so is Steg, and Steg isn't gonna let this one go easily. So we do see some different lines going through this quarterpipe section. We see Steg going a bit higher than Killian. Doesn't seem to make all that much difference, but biggest line changes. Killian seems to go very tight on the inside here, and it paid off that time. Steg had to release, so Killian will get about a 2/10 gap formed there. There should have plenty of margin going into this final transition and the final drift if he can just keep it clean. This is very much Killian's to lose here, and he does keep it clean. Doesn't have any issues with a dodgy landing, and will drive a 1 minute flat 0.8.
Yeah, that's a new fastest lap here as well. Previously we had Steg on, I think, 101.1.
Yeah, that's a very good time from Killian.
Yeah. So a 1 minute flat 0.8 is pretty good.
Yeah, only one round left here. For Steg to try and rescue that point. See if he can take it off Killian. Is he gonna full send it?
Steg crashes.
No, he won't. He's gone into a flagpole. That was rather anticlimactic. Anytime you try to hype up something happening in Trackmania, the players will find a way to go and instantly do the opposite.
The absolute opposite happens. It's
every single time. that is going to give MSR a second place, and that is going to punish Steg a little more for that mistake while MSR is still in the game. Killian with a fairly straightforward path to victory now. Closest player being 1.3 seconds behind, and a similar gap between MSR and Steg, so this round is pretty much locked in, assuming there are no major mistakes from any players. Killian gets through the finish, MSR through the finish, and Steg through as well now.
That's a huge loss for Steg, though, as well, because he's down into the 60s
Yeah.
points now, and Killian is sitting pretty there at 77 points still.
But this 8-point gap is about to become a lot smaller once it ends up at -4 and -8 is repetition. That's only 2 rounds going the way of Steg, and that is instantly sliced down. But we return to Creel as the next map. Forgot to mention it there, but Killian did get the fastest lap, so that's 2 fast laps for Killian and 1 for Steg.
Steg having words about it in chat, saying he's disappointed that he only got 1. But I think even 1,
Yeah.
I'd still be happy with just 1. Now, of course, Steg is definitely a better player than I am, but I'd be happy.
I'd be happy with any across the entire season. I think I was never a pace player when I did play.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I was just a bit of a jammy git who would somehow finish second in almost every single match, but never won one.
No. Terrible.
Oh, no. It's the way it worked out. There's the reason I moved into organising a casting or doing anything other than play the game.
Yeah.
I think Steg will be slightly disappointed. Only 1 fast lap there. If he is looking at his promotion chances against Killian, it would have been really nice if he could have beaten Killian by at least 3 points. And now, even if he does beat Killian this match, he will only be getting 13 points to Killian's 11. So that's not ideal for Steg. He's going to have to hope for probably OC getting all 3 fastest laps. And even then, it'll look sketchy, but
Yeah, I mean,
he can
from what
still
we
try and
saw
win
on
this
map
and put
earlier,
himself in the best position possible.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, we saw this map earlier, and we saw Killian was a bit faster, but Steg is definitely within range of winning a couple of rounds here, I think.
Oh yeah, losing out as they go onto a reset block though. A couple of columns makes it up in the drift from looks of things. This could well come down to a different ending line. Killian tending to opt for the inside line, Steg going for the outside. The outside line tries to catapult you out with a bit more speed. We'll see how much more speed it can get to me. Goes fairly aggressive there. But he doesn't get a very clean transition. And he won't gain any time there. And that will go the way of Killian. Still looking very comfortable on this track.
Yeah, I mean, 57.1, like, that's less than a tenth away from alter time. He's driving pretty well here. He's fast. He has the pace. So
yeah,
yeah,
0.1 is very good pace for Division 2.
Yeah.
In Division 1 matches I've watched here, Steg with an early clip. I shall interrupt my train of thought to mention that. But in Div 1 matches I've seen here kind of high 56s are fairly regular winning times. So in Division 2, a low 57 is a very respectable time. I think MSR will kind of have been hoping that would happen in the next round, as he is on 1 point here, so MSR will be getting sent into last chance. Regardless of what happens.
Terrible. Oh, and an even bigger touch. Oh god.
Yeah, a small touch turns into a big touch, and suddenly this
and suddenly
huge mistake from Steg has put him in second, Killian's third, and MSR is going to pick up a round win in... Will he? No!
No.
Denied! Oh, that's cruel. Huge
Touch
points for
the
Steg
wall
there.
right at the end.
Steg actually confused how he won that. I think I'm a little confused as well, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
That was perhaps not the finest Trackmania we've ever streamed on this channel.
No. It definitely looked like MSR had that round win locked in there until right at the very end.
Yeah. I don't know if he clipped or something. He just seemed to lose a ton of speed going through the risky jump. The producer in my ear is blaming me for opening my mouth, which is completely fair. This could well... Oh, a great fun to do. This could be MSR's last round, unfortunately for him. Half second down currently, and in last chance. Steg and Killian on reasonable runs. Steg not having an ideal line through that section, but still keeping close enough to Killian. I don't think MSR is going to be able to make up the gap without a huge mistake.
No. Looks like MSR is also made another mistake, falling a second behind.
But, sadly, that will be MSR eliminated. Bit of a shame that he didn't really get to have his battle with Rob, as that was looking really close before the internet issues happened, but that is unfortunately the nature of online events and the British internet.
Yeah. But now we get the main event here. We get Steg versus Killian, and we'll see what happens here, because these next couple of rounds are going to be intense, I think.
Yeah, the punishment for fully crashing and the punishment for finishing half a tenth behind are now exactly the same, so I wouldn't be surprised to see these players start going for it a little more. But Killian, that's not music for years. The gear sounds of this car just made, I'll be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
He finds himself about half second down
gears
at the end of that. Yeah, I heard to listen to a little bit. This round is looking very good for Steg. Yep, with an exactly half second gap as of right now. Looking to make up the first few points on Killian.
Killian goes outside there, but not fully. Hoping to get some time, I guess. Maybe he didn't realize that Steg was going for that line too.
Perhaps a 0.1 from Steg. Very respectable round there from him. The kind of winning times we've seen from Killian more often than not. So if Steg can start to do that consistently, it's not going to matter because the map's gone, and I think it's very unlikely we get back around there, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I don't see us getting to Creel a third time, especially now with the points the way they are.
Is it mathematically possible? I can't be bothered to sit down and work out the maths.
That's quick maths that I can't do. I'm not a mathematician. I'm a Trackmania player. Goddammit.
I'm not a mathematician or a Trackmania player, to be perfectly honest at this point.
Yeah. More accurate.
But we move back onto Gon here. This is likely to be advantage Steg. We saw Killian struggling with consistency in warm-up. He has crashed twice. His car is currently upside down. We'll be hoping to get that out of the way before the actual round.
Yeah.
I'd say Steg is keeping this closer than I expected. I thought Killian would probably have quite a strong advantage coming into this, especially having seen how Steg played against OT last week. He almost lost second place to Bagels, who had a really good run of form in the middle of the match. But equally, then he almost managed to win against OC, who lost a lot of rounds in a row. So, yeah, I have no idea exactly where to place him, but currently him and Killian are pretty much neck and neck, a 5-point difference between them.
Yeah,
we get underway in Gone.
I think I knew that this battle was going to happen here between Killian and Steg. Like that, I did think there was maybe Killian was going to have a bit of a bigger lead than just 5 points, but it's really shown you just how good Steg has gotten recently. Like he's contending with Killian here for first place.
He's improved a lot as a player, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him in Div 1 at some point, even if he doesn't get automatic promotion up at the end of this season, losing out to Killian and OC.
Yeah.
I still I put him up towards the top of the favourites for people to qualify straight into Division 1 from seeding. That said, Killian has made a mistake, and he doesn't have the speed to go for the risky.
No.
Or decides to go safe. I'm not really sure what happened there, but either way, he didn't make it across nicely.
I think he
And
touched the wall on the outside dirt and realised he didn't have enough speed for risky, and then released to try get into safe. But now we're down to 1 point between Killian and Steg here.
Indeed, we are.
I think both are going to be pushing a decent bit here in these last few rounds. Just so they can ensure that they have like a 0.1 or 0.2 lead.
Also, as I think this is a silly consequence of how the numbers have worked out. From a maths point of view, we're actually on the same number of points right now. That 1 point is not going to make any difference on 47. Whatsoever.
Good to know.
So they are actually neck and neck. Killian, unlucky to be on a multiple of 4 there. So has a chance to go down exactly to 0 points rather than being left on a lucky extra 1 point or something. Killian does the exact same thing as last round from the looks of things, and once again I presume he won't have the speed to go for risky. He does get it, but he gets overtaken by Steg. And now Steg moves into the lead of this match with that double mistake from Killian going into the outside dirt twice in a row. It is now Steg's match.
Yeah. I mean, I think Killian's mental is going to be in the mud here after crashing to that corner twice in a row.
That's pretty rough to crash the same corner in the exact same way and lose round in the exact same way twice in a row. Especially when he's definitely got the pace over Steg here on the second rotation. He's looked good. As I say, that Steg takes the lead.
Yeah, I think I heard Killian drop the gear there on the turn previous.
That grass you have to drop the gear, but it's a case of trying to do it nice and cleanly.
Oh, okay.
Not going to get any airtime by accident. Killian with a slightly better outside that will re-establish the lead over Steg. The two players are pretty much neck and neck. Steg having to lift going through that drift. Killian with the lead. He's coming up to his biggest rival, his worst enemy, this outside dirt. He goes so inside, and he still clips it! How did he do that?
He went so extremely safe.
He did a Chris dirt line, and still ended up clipping the outside. I don't quite know how he's managed that. But I'm pretty worried what's going to happen in the next round here, because I can very much see Killian having a 2-10 advantage again and hitting the wall again. I don't think Killian will be sad to see that corner gone once this competition's over. Clearly, he's not a fan of it, and I don't think it's a fan of him personally.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be an annoying corner for Killian. We'll see what happens now in round 4 of here, because we won't be coming back around to this map, so this is the final round.
The last time Killian will have to drive is against Steg, and I think he'll be very happy about that fact.
Yeah, for sure.
He has dropped 12 points so far to Steg here. The points are now 7 points in favour of Steg. Killian leading by about 2/10. We come up to this final dirt section. And he keeps it out. He finally keeps it out. He will pick up a win. He will stop the bleeding of points.
Whew. I was getting nervous for Killian there. I was worried about what was going to happen if he crashed there again.
If he'd lost 16 points in one map, that would have been very tricky.
Yeah, I mean, that
did not go well for Killian.
No.
He will be very, very happy to see Gone. There's no nice way to make that work, language-wise. But yeah, we moved back in Dino, where the two drivers looked very equally paced on the mind map, only separated by 3 points now. 28 points for Killian.
Yeah.
31 points for Steg.
To see now. It's going to be interesting to see how Killian drives on this map after the last couple of rounds and the incidents. But hopefully now we can get a good round and get the mental going again. I'm not biased at all here, but I'd love to see Killian.
Yeah. looking at it, I think both players are going, assuming there's no DNFs, both players are going to make it off this map, and it looks like Poseidon will be on Creel, which probably favors Killian. But depending on how Steg does here, very much depends how many attempts he's going to have to try and knock Killian out once they get back around Creel, or vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's gone from a game of just who's the fastest now to who can
Not
drive fast and not crash.
So we get underway here on the second rotation of Nina. Killian versus Steg. Both players look pretty consistent here. Pretty pacey. But Killian with the early lead for now. Very equal on the outside dirt. Steg making up a tiny bit of time. Heading
But
towards
they're very-
half pipe.
They're evenly matched here. I know Steg is a little bit behind, but he's staying at the same distance and taking the same lines. If he can sort out the start where he loses the 10th, I think he'll be Killian will be in trouble.
Yeah, Killian has struggled on that drift so far in the match, but he gets a lot cleaner that time and actually builds up more of a lead over Steg, stretching it to almost half a second on pure pace, which is not what you want to be seeing if you are a Steg fan or Steg himself. As Killian looks to get a very comfortable win here, driving a 1 minute flat 0.7. I think that would have been fastest lap had it been driven in the first rotation.
I think so. Yeah.
Killian regains his lead over Steg that he lost on Gom, starting to undo those damage of those 3 rounds where he crashed the final corner.
Yeah. Killian's still definitely a little bit angry about it though, because I know he would have wanted to win with a bigger lead than just a couple of points. But we'll see. We'll see.
Oh
what
yeah,
happens
he always
now.
wants to be comfortable.
Yeah. Steg with a bit of airtime there on the outside dirt.
Yeah,
Gives
but it's not how
Killian
you want to
a
drive
lead.
that. It's going to give him a horrendous gear going through that
Yeah.
grass section. It's really important to hold fourth, and if you get compromised outside dirt, it will send you into third. And with that, Steg is over a second behind Killian now, and I think this round is pretty much done without there being any major mistakes from the Irishman in front. I think he has kept it at the barriers so far. Just about.
Steg respawns and that's
Steg
that round.
respawns, maybe just practicing the corner at this point.
Yeah.
Knows he's not going to catch Killian. Has no threat from behind. Killian drives a 101 flat. Very solid time there. As we see Steg quite far behind after the series of incidents. Steg down to 15 points. If Steg loses the next 2 rounds, he will enter Creel on last chance. So he'll definitely want to avoid that.
Yeah,
If you want to
sure.
see if he can crawl back, or claw back, sorry, a couple more wins here. Doesn't repeat the mistake of last round, gets a far better uphill dirt, and is currently neck and neck with Killian. But as I say, about Killian stretches the advantage a little bit. See if
Killian manages
different
to gain
lines
some
work
time
out.
on that drift there.
Oh!
Oh, he crashes. Oh,
Yeah,
I cursed him
clips
there,
the
I think.
transition. Steg with a far better line there, even before the clip. And this round will be going the way of Steg, so that'll basically equal them out in terms of points. They'll both be left on, well, essentially 12.
Yeah. It'll give us an extra round on Creel anyway, so I think we'll have at least 2.
Oh, for sure. Steg keeps it clean going through the end. Drops a 101 flat himself. Another very respectable time. Just about matching what Killian did in the previous round. So one more round left from Nino. The players basically tied here. It's so annoying they're 1 point different. This would have such a better narrative if it wasn't for 1 point difference. That's going to make no difference at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Because for both players, a first and a second, and they end up on last chance.
Killian
And
crashes
that looks
upstairs.
like Killian will be taking, well, the
Minus
second
8.
place here. He will be getting a -8 as Steg avoids crashing that first drift. That was a 1.1 second advantage. And it's all looking good for the Scottish player. Killian with too much ground to make up here. This will be the last time that Ninar is seen in this match. And although Killian started out strong in it,
this was a bit of a curveball, I think, Padster. I was not expecting it to end up this close.
No, I wasn't. It's going to come down to a couple of rounds right at the end. And another 101 flat by Steg.
He's Regu 101 flat.
For sure. Whoever's playing him in the next match tomorrow, I pity, to be honest. I worry that might not be a fun game at all for anyone else in there. I want to say it's Rebel in there with him. And maybe Koza, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But I'm seeing if Killian comes first in this round, we're into double last chance.
Oh, I hope that happens. I would love to see that double last chance shootout between these two.
Yeah.
The map definitely favours Killian. He's definitely looked the stronger one here, but Steg has not been too far behind. If Steg can win this first round, that just gives him an extra chance to try and knock out Killian. But if Killian wins first round, we will head into double last chance, which I would love to see personally.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty intense now to know that this is it. Like.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And here we go into the potentially second last round of the match. Of course, if we have another 2 rounds or 1 round will depend on the outcome of this round. And the next one, I guess, too, depending on if
technically
Killian goes
I think there's one
round.
scenario where we do reach a third round here. But for now, the players are absolutely neck and neck. Who's going to get the grip here better? It looks to go the way of Killian, but it's still a tiny, tiny margin. Steg's still right there with him. I've seen Killian crash this grass second a few times, but not this round. This is absolutely neck and neck. We're going to see the 2 different dirt lines here. Is this going to work out well for Steg? He commits further to the outside. He has more speed, but he's pointing in a strange direction. That doesn't work out well for him. And with that, we enter a double last chance between Killian and Steg. Both
double last chance.
Both having been neck and neck this entire match. But who will take the win? It's going to come down to this round and this round alone. This map has favoured Killian, but he has struggled under pressure in the past. So how is this going to go? Both players.
Pretty even start so far anyway. Yeah. Killian taking a slight lead from that drift.
Are we going to keep it clean? Here through the dirt for Steg. No. He is going to drop a gear, and that is going to compromise his line through this entire section. And he's almost gifted this to Killian here. All Killian has to do is try and keep it clean. But the entire match rests on his shoulders right now. He's kept it clean so far. Doesn't crash the grass. He's passed through the most tricky parts of the track. He still has a risky finish to do. Something that has caught him out in the past. Somehow. But I get the feeling he will make no such mistake this time. Killian just about holds on to take victory in this match.
Oh, well, I mean, that was a pretty intense game.
That was a very intense game for a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, it'll be chill. We'll just be streaming one game. It's not going to be that eventful, is it?
I really wasn't expecting to get this into the match on a Wednesday night.
Me neither. That threw me a little bit.
No, that was a very fun watch. I'd be watching the 2 of them race, and I'd forget to say anything. I'd forget that I'm on a cast and not actually just sitting here watching the game.
Yeah.
But
Commiserations to Steg. That was a very good performance there. Just losing out on Creel, almost losing out because of the way that map rotated and it ending on Creel. I think if it had ended on Gon or it had ended on Nina, he could very well have taken that. But it's a quirk of a format, and it's a quirk that worked in the favour of Killian that time around. And in terms of the all-important promotion battle, that is a huge result for Killian. It almost guarantees him promotion. It might, in fact, mathematically guarantee him promotion. I need to sit down and look at the whole leaderboard. But he will.
Yeah. So I think that's what Killian. Oh, there's Killian.
We have Killian joining us. Hello. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Yeah,
You're fine.
Well, congrats on the win. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Couple of shaky rounds there in the middle, but honestly, it was fun to watch.
Killian, may I get your opinion on something? What do you think?
Don't say the outside door on spec map.
I'm not going to say anything.
It's a
Never
great
mind.
turn. I don't know. I was just, I guess I just wasn't saving it for some reason. My brain was just refused. I was like, full speed that, easy, and hit the outside wall. And then one of them, I was like, I got through it with like a terrible line.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, brain off, go to the finish, hit the wall after that. So that was cool.
Yeah, you managed to hit it like right after the CP.
Yeah.
I was slightly confused when I saw that, I got to be honest, but it did lead to an absolutely great scrap between you and Steg.
Listen, Killian, it wasn't a skill issue. It was for the storyline. That's so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It was the script. It was the script. You were following the script. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
But
then let's have a really good watch party here. A good cast.
I never want to see that match ever. That never happened.
Are you looking forward to facing OC on the same set of maps tomorrow?
Well, yes, because I think there's less pressure. I'm trying to get promoted to Div 1, and I think I'm pretty much guaranteed, even if I like.
Yeah, you now have a 9 point.
Yeah.
You now got a 9-point advantage over Steg, so.
Yeah, luckily I got 2 fastest laps as well, so it makes it quite. Quite safe.
Yeah, for sure. I think
it's a bit of fun. Hopefully, I drive better than this one. Oh god.
Yeah, I think if you hold on to second, you should be fine, assuming there are no ridiculously wacky permutations of fastest laps. They've definitely made it harder to slightly add up where people need to finish.
Yeah.
The various finishing positions. But yeah, what are your predictions going into your final game then against OC?
I'm going to come last.
Come out on top. You're going to come last.
Yeah. If I play like
that.
I mean,
that's what I think OC has said every single time I've spoken to him.
Yeah.
He's got like, oh, I'm not getting promoted. Oh, no, Steg's going to beat me, all of this. And then almost had a comfortable victory over Steg. He did drop a lot of points at the very end, but still held on.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, I think it was a very good match.
Oh yeah,
very intense.
Yeah. Steg he never crashes. I swear to God, he just always has like a solid run, and then if I crash, that's like I don't know. I don't think when there was 4 people, he ever got like -7, maybe once. I think he was always first or second.
He did have a couple of crashes, but not many. And any times he did crash, for some reason, the entire rest of the match decided that they wanted to crash as well.
Yeah,
which happened a few times.
I think if I had actually just driven the end on spec map, I think it would have been less close. But I think I was ahead every time. Yeah, it was just like,
Oh yeah, you were. You had about a 2/10 advantage going into that section every time.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that was a bit of
more painful to watch every time.
A bit of a difficult watch.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, I think that's us finished now that the match is over. Padster, what do you think?
Yeah, nice brief stream having to rearrange for one of the players. But yeah, thank you for joining us, Killian. Good luck in your match tomorrow, and
Yeah, no problem.
yeah, although it's not formally locked in, I am looking forward to seeing you almost certainly in Division 1 next season. Should be really
Yeah.
good.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Right, we shall wrap it up here then. Yeah, really good match there for a cheeky Wednesday evening stream. Bit of fun that.
Yeah.
Please tune in to the final tomorrow. I think that's going to be some absolutely brilliant matches. We've got Akros versus Hendo. Don't know which way that's going to go. We're going to have OC versus Killian. That's going to be great. We have one of the most chaotic relegation matches of all time. I can't remember exactly who's in it, but I think it's Floyd, Sox, Nyaruko, and one of the mats. That looks like chaos. I think there's going to be some really fun matches tomorrow. So please do tune in either here or over on Fadster1 channel, depending on which matches you want to watch. And yeah, hope to see you all tomorrow for the finale of British and Irish Pro League.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yep. Bye.